relationship and why most of the relationship fails this day. Most of the relationship fail this day. I grew up in a polygamy house. I don't even see a family or a relationship as something difficult. It is very simple if a man is intelligent. If you are very intelligent, you will build your family successfully. And when it comes to this relationship, most of the relationship will fail because when you meet someone, you want to know the atmosphere where you live with your husband or with your wife is very different from the atmosphere where you live with your girlfriend or your fiancé. When you guys are engaged together, when you wake up in the morning, like it's like you have signed a contract for work. Like if I don't go to work today, the boss will punish me, the boss will sack me, I might be sanctioned. That is the contract in marriage. But in relationship, it's my boyfriend, it's just there, I'm waiting when he will decide to make me his wife. And you guys are in the same house. And that is why most of the couples that they live together, if they don't change their mindset and change their game when they move to marriage life, that that marriage will fail automatically. There are people that sacrifice themselves, they do great things for one of the partner or the other. Maybe they take someone from nowhere and brings the person at the top, expecting that person to be loyal to them. But at the end of the day, the relationship collapses and they ask themselves what really happened. What happened is there are many contributing factors to what happened. But I'll go to the Islamic world. I grew up even in a polygamy house where my father has many wives. And I've seen my dad struggling with his wives because my father has many wives. I've seen him struggling with his women because of communication and because of the way he passes his message. And that was something that I have carefully learned from my dad. Communication is very important. You can't talk to your wife as if you are talking to your child. You can't talk to your wife as if you are talking to your colleague. You can't talk to your wife as if you are talking to your employee. And that is where, at times, my dad used to talk to the wives as if he's talking to his colleagues at work, conflict. He used to talk to the wife as if he's talking to his maybe his employee, conflict. Like I learned many things from him. And let me also go to this relationship and why most of the relationship fails this day. Most of the relationship fail this day. I grew up in a polygamy house. I don't even see a family or a relationship as something difficult. It is very simple if a man is intelligent. If you are very intelligent, you will build your family successfully. And when it comes to this relationship, most of the relationship will fail because when you meet someone, you want to know that person. You cannot know a person. Yeah, you cannot know someone. And when you go to school, let me take this small example. When you go to school, the teacher is not there to know you. The teacher is there to teach you what you have to do, what is good for you at that particular moment. And when you will be growing at school, you will be knowing what is not good for you and what is good for you. And when you go to an Islamic world, you can go to the mosque today and say, I want a wife. They'll go and look for you any girl and give you, and you marry her. You don't even know anything about her, but she knows the definition of marriage. She knows where she's going. She knows her duties. She knows her role. She knows her responsibility. And the man also knows his duty. The man who knows his responsibility. The man knows where he wants to take the family to. And that is what makes life difficult, especially in this modern world. In the modern world, you are already creating plans, which is very good for the war that has never existed or for the war that is not coming. You have already traced the plan. If the accident is coming, I have to go that way. If this thing in future, you have to do this thing. And the more you calculate troubles, the more troubles will come to you. The more you think problems, the more you are attract problem in your life. Like in the modern world, whenever you want to engage in this relationship, you have to calculate equation A, map to equation B, you transform to a graph, you plot it, you see the differences and the problems. And at times, when I see the Islam culture, I love it because in Islam, you can go today, you know a lady tomorrow, they say you guys are getting married. You guys get married, and that couple will live for life. You guys will be there. But statistics has shown that even couples that they cohabit together in the name of we want to know each other, that couple really fail apart. That even if they get married, they have like 70% to divorce. people will stay together and they know each other for a long time and they engage themselves, that couple has a minimum chances of surviving or minimum chance of surviving. Like statistics said that, and it is true. Because I was telling my friend, the atmosphere where you live with your husband or with your wife is very different from the atmosphere where you live with your girlfriend or your fiancé. When you guys are engaged together, when you wake up in the morning, like it's like you have signed a contract for work. Like if I don't go to work today, the boss will punish me, the boss will sack me, I might be sanctioned. That is the contract in marriage. But in relationship, it's my boyfriend, he's just there, I'm waiting when he will decide to make me his wife. And you guys are in the same house. And that is why most of the couples that they live together, if they don't change their mindset and change their game when they move to marriage life, that that marriage will fail automatically because the atmospheres in two relationships are completely different. And most of the couples, they take the atmosphere from fiancé life or girlfriend life, maybe they have stayed for like 6 years, 7 years, they took it to the marriage life. They have 80 to 70% of that relationship or that marriage to fail. Statistic is the one talking. I'm not here inventing anything. I'm not here sharing useless stories with you guys. Like I was telling my friend, your girlfriend and your wife, no matter how your girlfriend love you, no matter how she's there for you, no matter how many children she has given you, she's not your wife. And the way you see her in your eyes is completely different from the way the day you engage her. The debate will change because when you see her in in her eyes as a wife, you say, "This is my wife. What can we do so that our marriage, our family should be successful?" The atmosphere will change. It's like you guys are going for a war and you want to go and battle and win that war. But in a relationship, everything is low, everything is good. Like there is not that hunger to make things work perfectly. Relationship life. That is why when you stay with a lady for 6 years, 5 years, you married her, you take that the same energy to your marriage life, it will fail automatically. Like if you stay in the house with someone for more than 30 years, you guys are married together, conflict will be coming from left to right, conflict every day. And the best way to sustain a relationship when I talk, it is marriage because you have to solve when any conflict comes, you have to deal with it and forget about it. When the next one comes, you have to deal with it and forget with it. But if you take this mode of relationship, you take there, you say, oh, he's my boyfriend, he's always like that. I don't know what to say. It will change with time. Maybe when you married me, you become more responsible. If you take this energy from this part to that part, it will fail. Like me, growing where many Muslims are, and I've seen the Muslim life. Like I think you don't have to take 4 years, 5 years to know someone before you marry her. That is completely wrong. Because in Islam, you can meet someone today, and that person tells you, I'm looking for a husband. They're going to marry you, and that couple will survive for years. But in the modern world, they want to know everything about you. They want to know what you like, what you don't like. And I've mentioned about when you go to school, the teacher or the lecturer, he's not there to know you. He's there to tell you this is the task, this is the work that we have to do for you to pass or validate or for you to score a higher grade in this certain unit. You have to work this way. And if you work this way with me, we will be successful. I think Muslims they have really understood this thing of marriage and their relationship. But in the modern world, how much do you make? Where do you want to live? What do you hate? What do you like? Which type of man are you? Are you this? Are you that? Are you like at a certain point you are confused. And I was telling my friend this thing of relationship. Me, I grew up in a polygamy house. Me, I don't even see it as a big deal. My father handled many wives. He's the man. Even though it was not easy, there were conflict left and right. But at the end of the day, he made it. Like I grew up in a house where my father has many wives, and we were even happier compared to people who are living with only one wife or the man has one wife. We were okay, and he tried all his best to bring stability in his family. And there are many things that I have learned from him. Like many things, if whenever there is a conflict, you have to sit down, you get rid of that conflict, you resolve it, and pass to the other. But if you leave the conflict to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow, at a certain point, the conflict will reach the top, and the man will wake up and say, "No, I'm no longer with you. We have to separate." And that is why you see many people they live for years, they live for many years, and they wake up in the morning, they say, "Okay, I'm done with you. We are no longer compatible." mentioned, most of the people are compatible sexually. They have that attraction, compatibility in terms of sexual life, but in terms of living and morally, they're not compatible. And that is when you see the man talking to the wife as if the wife is the child or the daughter in the house, there is a problem. And whenever you see the wife talking to the husband as if the husband is nothing, the husband has little respect in front of her, there is a danger coming. When you see people start insulting themselves at the level of relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, if your girlfriend start insulting you, disrespecting you, and you do the same, there is a problem somewhere. And most of the people will say, no, what keeps a couple is love. Me, that is what I talk about Islam. Me, Islamic culture, there's no love there. I can just meet a girl today. I say, I like her. What are the procedures that should I use to marry you? I come to the house, they finalize the thing, I get my wife. Maybe I have seen her on Sunday, next Sunday, wedding. There is no love in this Islamic marriage, like I love you. You are the... No, there it is respect. There is nothing like love there, and that is why you see that those marriages they stand tight. If you see a Muslim couple separating, there must be something somewhere, and it was too hard even for the family to come in and resolve the problem. Like when you see one another disrespecting the other one disrespect the other, it is the accumulation of misunderstanding, conflicts that happened in their relationship, and they were unable to sit down and look for suitable ways how they can resolve those conflicts. That is why you see the man disrespecting the wife disrespect the man. Like you can talk to your wife as if she's nothing, and the wife talks to the husband as if it is nothing, because they have transferred the same energy from their relationship, boyfriend girlfriend, to the marriage life. And when you take the same habit from there to there, that is why statistic showcases that 90% to 80 to 70% of the marriages that the couples have cohabited before will fail automatically, because there is a transfer from energy from the relationship to the marriage life, and it is very risky. Yeah, whenever you guys start disrespecting, accumulating conflict, this and that, I can leave this house anytime. Small dispute, the woman will go and organize her things, she's going. Small dispute, the man will say, no, I'm ready to leave this house. It is too much. You are harassing me every day. Those are very, very signs that this thing, even after 30 years, 40 years, you guys might separate. And I've seen that in many communities, and I've seen that where people stay together, they're living comfortably, they're doing things together, but they're compatible sexually, but not morally. But some of the people say, no, what really happened? These people were happy, these people were this, they wake up, divorce, separate. When the conflict accumulate himself to a certain point, the only way to solve the conflict is to separate the couple, because they have accumulated some more conflict. And he has reached a point where the man does not respect the woman and the woman does not respect the man. And whenever that happens, whenever there is no respect in a relationship, is it boyfriend, is it girlfriend, is it fiancé, is it husband and wife? If you are very intelligent, separate from your partner, divorce her. Whenever there is no respect, because respect is the one putting people together. Respect is the one. It is not love. I've talked about the Islam world. There is nothing like I love you, you are this and that. There it is. The foundation of an Islamic couple is respect. Because when you know your roles in a couple or in a relationship, when you know your duties, when you know the part that you play, you gain your own respect there. When you know you gain your own respect. There it is about respect, it's not about love. No. And when we come to this modern world, it is I love you, you are everything for me. Without you, I can't live. That is stupidity, and that is even nonsense. Without you, I married another wife tomorrow. Or without you, she gets another husband from somewhere. Love is temporary. Love is temporary. Like you can love someone for 2 years, another next year, you people are in conflict. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, the love and 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 the opposite of love is hatred. If you don't love someone, you hate the person. And that is why most of the relationship where love stands first. Whenever there is divorce, whenever there is breakup, the husband and wife, two enemies. Enemies one and enemies number two. Whenever there is respect that has built a relationship from love to respect now, whenever there is separation, people stand there. They are still compatible if they have children together. They will not see themselves as enemies, because she's part of you and he's part of the other one. They will try their best and see how to cater for their family at at several levels. But when the love is the one putting your relationship together, when you guys will separate, and I don't even want it to happen, what will come in? It will be hatred. I hate this man. I want this woman to die. I don't want to see you again. But when it is respect, there is nothing between us. I respect you and you respect me. Don't cross my border. I will not cross yours. Stand where you are. Play your game safely. I will stand where I am and I'll play my own game safely. That relationship will work after even divorce. And you guys will parent your children very well. But when it is love, enemies, you go there, you talk bad about your ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, and she goes there, she talks bad about you. Like, that is what I was sharing. Like, whenever you are in a relationship where you accumulate a lot of conflict or many conflict and you leave it hanging and you don't solve, and it reaches a point where the man or the woman or the husband, girlfriend, whosoever start respecting another one, the other one start disrespecting another one, there is no longer respect between you guys. You can talk to him the way you want, she can talk to you the way she wants, but you guys stay sexually, you people are compatible, attractive. Whenever you guys have a small dispute, you know when you go in your bed, you do what you have to do, and at the end of the day, that one has resolved the relationship. That is the worst method. And people are failing, compatible, fail morally, there's no relationship. But you guys can. But that is why you see most of the people, they spend their time, they spend their energy, their resources, they do their best to build a family or a stable family. But they fail. People say, what really happened? These people were really doing well, but emotionally not compatible, morally not compatible, but sexually they have the compatibility. And that is why whenever I have seen it many times, you see in a family, the husband and the wife, they're always having trouble, but the wife is always pregnant. They're fighting every day. The husband fights the wife fights the husband, conflict left and right. They are always like they're not in good time. Morally, they are not compatible. Emotionally, they are not compatible. But sexually, they are compatible. Every year, the woman she's pregnant. She's carrying a baby. Bam! You think when the new baby will come, the atmosphere of the relationship will change. The same conflict, the same conflict, the same conflict. The husband wants to leave. The wife wants to leave. Another year, another newborn baby. Another year, another newborn baby. You see a woman divorcing with 7 children or 8, or the man leaving the wife and the wife has already given birth to maybe 6 children or 7. And you guys realize from the word go that these two people, they were fighting every day, abusing each other every day, talking trash about each other every day. But regardless of what is going on, the wife is always pregnant. The wife is always pregnant. She's always giving birth. She's always giving birth. And the man is always talking bad about her. That is what happens. It is like there is no respect, but sexually you people are compatible. And no matter how irritated that relationship will still fail. And people will be surprised. The man will say, she has wasted my time. The woman will say, you have wasted my time. I hope you like this video and you subscribe to my YouTube channel for the more coming videos. Thank you for watching.